Hello everyone, I hope everybody's fine. So today is our third lesson on Visual Basic. So in the last lesson we have left on toolbox and element of toolbox, which are text box, command buttons, etc. So your homework was to make a design of a calculator which consists of a text box and command button. So to make it, let's quick review it, the last lesson. So we need one text box, and let's change this, the text of text box. From properties we go to the text and clean it. So again, we need command buttons. So as you can see, there is only one text box and the rest are command button. So we can use Ctrl C and Ctrl V. But there is an important thing that it will ask for create a control array. So you have to type on no, because on coding you will have a problem with this. So that's why you have to click on no. So we have passed it again. Control V. So here we go. Let's change the caption of the command buttons. The first one is backspace, and this one is CE, and this one is C, which means clear. So in the rest are making a buttons like this. So we just again copy and paste it, make it smaller, make it bigger. Now we can again Ctrl C, Ctrl V, no, drag and drop. Again, we can also copy both of them. Ctrl C and Ctrl V, no and no. Again, we select both of them, or we can use Shift button. Now we can use it. So as a result, you can use it by using Ctrl C or Ctrl V, and I think that it was easy. As a chocolatey, it was so easy. So I hope you have done it. So today we have a new topic. Let's get down to business, writing codes and variables. New topic. So let's review the last lesson. We have learned about actually text box and command buttons. So text box is a control that accepts text inputs. It can take a text which can be a variable of any types, which is number, it can be a text, etc. And text box properties are, so if we open it, let's open Visual Basic, and when we select on it, or we can select from here, and text one, text box. So here is properties of text box. So the most important properties are, as in here we can see, text, the text of the text box, font, color, which is the color of the text, and alignment. Alignment can be justify right, justify left, or centered. In this example it is centered. Aligned is center. So back color is background color, and password character is used for making passwords. And multi-line is, as you can see, there is only one line. So if we click on, for example, in this the property of text one, we can see here multi-line. So here is false. For example, as an example, when you run it, you can type a text, but when you type on enter, it doesn't go to the next paragraph. Why? Because it's only multi-line is selected as false. So multi-line is used for making multi-lines, so more than one paragraphs, you can say. So multi-line. Let's select text one and select here is true. If you type on true, when you run it, you can type more than one line. So that's why we use this multi-line. And here we can say command button. Command button is a control that you press to perform a particular task, to make any tasks. So the properties of them are, the most important one that we use it are caption, font, the type of the font, and enabled. So in this example, we say that the caption is when you select the command button, you go to the caption and backspace. So here is the properties of the command button. So here is another important thing is if you want to make a shortcut for your button, we can use this symbol, which is ampersand. So what happened to here? Ampersand is called. For example, in this example, if you want to make a shortcut key backspace on caption before the letter of B, if you put this ampersand, as you can see there is a line under the B is underlined. Or for the second one, if you, for example, after C, if we insert the symbol of ampersand, the letter E is underlined, so it means the shortcut. So if you want to write, for example, the shortcuts Alt C, for example, as you can see, it will select the button of CE, or Alt B, it will select the backspace. That's all. Okay, creating events. Today's the most important topic is creating, making codes. So creating an event. So to make an event, we use coding. So as you know that in Windows applications, you should do some events to make process. For example, if you want to change the color of this text, we just right click on it and we can select from here. So it's an example of event. So to make events with command button, just double click on it. So if you want to make an example from here, let's double click on it. We can see a window of coding, or we can use this one as codes. And also you can choose any elements in this form, for example the codes of command 1 or codes of form 1 and codes to the text box, text 1. You write here a code. Okay, the next one is Project Explorer, we know it. And to make coding, to write the codes, there's a general rule which is name point property is equal to value. For example, we can write the name. Which name? Let's write as, in this example, we can say it is text1, right? So in here, the name of this object, this element is textbox text1. So if we want to change, when we click on this button, to change this text box, we just write text1. Let's write text1 point the property. Which property? For example, we have selected text1 and the properties of, for example, the easiest example is text. Text will be text, the property of text is equal to, so the text, as you know, will be written in comma. It will be stay at home, for example, because we are all in quarantine right now. So if you write here these codes, so we'll have another example, so we'll see there. So here's an example. Text1 is a name and text is a property and stay at home is a value. Understand? I think you got it. Okay. The next one is variables, which is in algebra. Also we use these words, variables, as x, we said in generally. So there are different variable types for different purposes. So in Visual Basic 6, the following variables type are available. So there's more than this kind of variables, but generally with you today we use double and integer. So we declare a variable by using the word dim. For example, if you want to an x, a variable as integer, we have to use the keyword which is dim x as integer. So x can be any variable. For example, it can be, for example, sum or dollar. Today we'll use in our examples. So if you don't specify a variable type, the variable will default to variant. Variant is a types of a variable in Visual Basic. So activity. Today's we'll do together two activities, which is by using the text box and command buttons. So when we click on this button, it must show any text on the text box, and when we click the next button, it must clear the text on the text box, and we click on exit, it must go out or exit of this program. And another activity is we'll make a currency converter by using variables in coding on Visual Basic. So let's open a new project. Let's make it bigger to be comfortable. Okay, we need let's have a look on here. We need a label and a text box and a comment button. So let's create as a label and a text box. So label as, let's make it as $. Change the fonts. Here we go. As $, and text box. We can also change the text box. Change the text. And we can just copy and paste it. No. So $, to sum. So here we need another label to show us the value of sum from $, to sum. So we have three labels: label 1, label 2, and label 3. So $, and sum, it will not change. Yeah, it's just an information for. And label 3 is used to show the value of sum. And we need another button. So let's name it as convert. Here we go. Okay, dim $, as integer, and dim sum as double. So why we use it, the variable, to double? Because it can be decimal number sometimes, and so the double means it can be any real number. So that's why we take sum as double. So $, is equal to, so as you know that $, we should write on text box, right? So $, must be equal to the value of, we use this keyword val, which means value of text. So in this text box, as the name of this text box is text1. So text1 point text. And sum is equal to the value of text1 times text times the rate of currency. So we don't know the I have already searched it. Let's write $, to sum. So it's about 84.87. Just copy and paste it, but we have to change comma to dot. Is equal to. So it has already found the value of sum. It will convert the value of $, to currency rate. So where it should show the result and the value of sum, so it must show here, right? The label 3. Here we go, label 3. So label 3 point. So the label has not it doesn't have a text, it has a caption, right? So that's why label 3 we should write caption is equal to sum. So that's it. So let's run it to check. Let's write $23 is equal to 1952, or $1 is equal to 84.87. So it doesn't show the other parts, so it means we should make it bigger. And also we can change the color. So label 3, the 4 color is green, for example. Let's find it. Again, $2 is equal to 169.74 sum. So let's make it another button here. And here, just end the program. And here's also the caption will change to end. So we have made the example. So your homework will be, you will make this program inversely. You will convert sum to dollar. It will be your homework. So actually there was another example, which is this one. So there must be 3 buttons, which is display message, clear message, and exit button, and from here text. So let's create a new. No, okay. Okay, let's make it quickly. Let's change the text to nothing, and 3 buttons. 1, just copy and paste it. 2 and 3. So let's name it as display text. And the second one is clear, and this one is end. Actually, you can make more buttons to make it. For example, when we display the text in here, we can change the color, change the font, change the size. We can make it, but for this example, if this example is enough, it will be your homework. So let's double click on it. So we want to display a text on this text box. So text, as we said, for the text box name is text1. So text1 point text is equal to, in quotation mark, we'll write hello world, be safe, stay at home. So let's run it. When we click on it, hello world, be safe, stay at home, clear. They are not working. So again, let's double click on it. We can just copy paste it. copy and paste it, but there must be no text. And another one is end. It should end the program. So let's run it. Display text, clear the text, display, clear, end. So they are all working. But we can also change the properties of this text box, as let's change font color to red and the font a little bigger. Okay, let's make it bigger. Let's run. Display the hello world, be safe, stay at home. So it is left justified, so we can also make it center. Let's click on it and alignment to center. So in this example, your homework will be, you have to make this example but more buttons. There must be another button with changing the font color, and another button the font size. So it will be your homework. So it is the last example for today. So thank you guys, thank you for your attention. Stay at home.